All right, let's dive into this one. Lola Shoneyin's The Secret Lives of Baba Segi's Wives. We're going deep. You guys sent us tons of notes, lots of excerpts, and we're going to unpack all the secrets and the lies.
Baba Segi, larger-than-life, wealthy patriarch, 4 wives. It's going to be quite the deep dive.
Iyasebi, Iyatope, Ayafemi, and Bolanli. We're going to look at all of them. And one of the things I think that we should start with is Aikara. It feels like more than just a setting.
It really does, Ayakara, this red light district in Ibadan. And it plays such a key role, really, in the lives of all the characters, both men and women.
And it seems like Baba Segi's early experiences there as a young apprentice really shaped his views. What do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, Aikara, for the men, it's this place of solace, is where they go, to escape for camaraderie. But the women who live there, it's more complicated, right? I mean, it's their livelihood.
It's a place of both desire and despair.
Exactly. And it's interesting how Baba Segi is drawn back to it even later on, like after he's achieved all this success.
You'd think he wouldn't need that escape anymore.
Right. But maybe it's that, I don't know, the illusion of freedom that he's looking for.
Okay. And maybe this is a good segue to talk about the wives. So we have Iyasegi, the first wife. She's powerful, very traditional.
Yeah. Iyasegi, the OG. She knows how to maintain control. She's got her ways, but she's also, worried about aging. And then a new wife comes along,
It's a lot to deal with. And then we've got Ayatope, the second wife. She seems, I don't know, almost docile.
Yeah, obsessed with hair. But there's a hidden strength there. She has this bond with her daughters. And maybe those hairstyles, it's her way of expressing herself. What do you think?
Yeah, it's her art. Her way of controlling something in a world where she doesn't have much control.
Right. And then there's Ayafemi, the third wife.
Ambitious, cunning. Definitely doesn't like Bolamlo, the new wife.
No, she does not. Ayafemi's a survivor, though. You can tell. She's got a traumatic past, and she's not afraid to use, well, some might say manipulate others to get what she wants.
She even uses religion as a weapon.
Oh, absolutely. Which is interesting, right? Because her actions don't exactly line up with those teachings.
And then we have Bolanli, the youngest wife, the educated one.
The one who comes into this whole situation looking for a fresh start, seeking solace.
But instead, she finds herself caught in all these rivalries, secrets.
Exactly. She's, I think, a symbol of modernity clashing with tradition. And her past, the taxi driver, the abortion, it's all there bubbling under the surface.
Just carrying so much pain.
Yeah. And it's her arrival that really sets everything in motion, that exposes the cracks in Baba Segi's world.
Okay, so lots of tension building. The stage is set. We've got these complex relationships, all these secrets ready to come out. Where do we go from here?
Buckle up, because things are about to get messy.
Yeah, it's like everyone's putting on an act to survive.
Right, and one of the best examples of that is Iyasegi, like she's this traditional wife on the surface, but
she's got her own thing going on.
Exactly. She builds this whole business empire, starting with sweets.
And then cement.
Multiple shops, even. I mean, she had to keep it all a secret from Baba Segi,
She even, fakes her advisor's death? To stay in control.
It makes you wonder, was it all like an act of rebellion?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, she had to play by his rules on the surface.
But underneath, she was building her own power.
Okay, so Ayaseki's got her secrets. And then there's Ayafemi. Talk about ambition and, a need for revenge.
Oh, totally. You can see how her past shaped her, right, with her grandma.
Treated like a servant, no education.
And then her relationship with Tunde.
Baba Segi's son.
Yeah, she's attracted to him, sure, but she's also using him to get ahead.
Yeah.
And get back at his mother.
And burning down her grandma's house, that was intense.
And she justifies it through religion, no less.
It's scary how people twist things to fit their own narrative.
Yeah. Now, Bolanel, on the other hand.
She seems so different. Modern.
Right, but she's got her own baggage, the taxi driver incident, the abortion.
Trying to find a safe haven, but...
It ends up being blamed for Baba Segi's infertility.
And it wasn't even her fault. It's like, did she even have a real choice in marrying him? Or was it just...
a way out of her situation.
And now she's trapped in this whole other system.
Yeah.
Okay, but in all of this, what about Ayatope?
Ayatope. She's the quiet one,
With her hair. But maybe that's how she survives?
Blends in. But she's also the one who supports Bolanel.
Right. But no one else does. There's a kindness there. Connection.
Okay, so then we have this tragedy. Segi's illness. And death.
It changes everything.
Right. Ayatope, she's devastated. It's like her whole world collapses.
Ayafemi, though, she sees it as, karma for Bolanel.
It's messed up, right? Aya Segi, though, she's focused. She's securing her son's future.
Always thinking ahead. And what about Baba Segi? How does he handle all this?
Not well. He's broken, you know. The grief, the secrets, it all comes crashing down.
And then he reveals that he's the one who's infertile.
Huge turning point. He offers his wives their freedom.
Wow. So they can leave. Just like that.
It would mean giving up a lot. Security, status.
Their whole identity is tied to being his wives.
Exactly. It's a huge decision. And it makes you think, what would they do if they could tell their own stories?
Their side of it all.
Right. Like, well, we only get Baba Segi's perspective. What about Aya Segi's business? The Topi's strengths.
It's like we're missing half the picture.
And maybe that's the point. Shoneyin wants us to think about those missing pieces.
Look beyond what we're told. And it makes you think about those secrets, right? How they impacted everybody.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, those secrets, they were like burdens and shields all at once.
Like Aya Segi's business. And Ayafemi wanting revenge. Bolan Hall's past. It all created so much tension.
And Baba Segi, the patriarch, he had the biggest secret of all.
Which just blew everything up when it came out.
It's like a reminder. You can pretend everything's fine.
But those hidden truths, they always find a way out.
And then you have to deal with the fallout.
It makes me wonder, what would their stories be? If they could tell them.
The wives had their own say.
Right. Like we only get Baba Segi's point of view. What about Aya Segi and her business?
Exactly. Or Aya Tope and that quiet strength she has.
It's like we're only seeing half the picture.
Maybe even less.
And I think that's what Shoneyin wants us to see, those missing pieces.
To make us think.
Look beyond the surface.
It's the beauty of stories, right? They let us step into different worlds.
See things from new perspectives.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up, what are some key takeaways from this deep dive?
For me, it's the strength of these women, how resilient they are.
Even with all the limitations placed on them.
They find ways to make their own space, to have agency.
It's pretty inspiring.
It reminds us, too, that everyone has a story.
And sometimes those untold stories are the most important ones.
The ones that can teach us the most.
It's been a wild ride, exploring the world of the secret lives of Baba Segi's wives.
A lot to think about.
These women, they show us that even in difficult situations, there's always hope.
And potential for change.
So thank you all for joining us on this deep dive.
Keep looking for those hidden stories.
Keep questioning, keep exploring, and we'll see you next time.
All right.